screws that could easily be removed. I said, okay, let me just do that.
Get it out of the way of your knees.
Yeah.
And my knees.
Yeah. Since you can't close it and fit your knees under it.
No.
It has to stay open.
I have always been, having a Swiss Army knife, I've always been pleased that can opener makes a perfect Phillips.
Yep.
Number 2.
Yep.
Would you do me a favor and just put those screws on the back of that wood so it doesn't get lost? You don't have to tighten it. Just.
I will say that the engineering of a Swiss Army knife is about perfect.
Yes. Okay. So I know that you were trying to get me to video working on my knives for years, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see how that would work, why anybody would want to watch that. I mean, I think I have an old videotape VHS from making a knife years ago. I don't even know where that is now. I certainly took pictures over the years, but it was more for me to remember knives that I've made as much as anything else. And when you said something about just videoing some sharpening, I thought, well, I can do that. I could talk about it a little bit. I guess once we started making those first sharpening videos, I kind of thought, okay, well, we just talk about this knife or that knife or whatever. And I realized and thought about how many knives I've got and how many knives I can talk about, and I have so many of them connected to memories of some kind, meaning I bought them or somebody gave them to me or something memory-wise, just whatever, and so I can always talk about that. And I think I'd find it hard to pull out knives that I don't have much memory of. And certainly over the years I've had fun taking knives apart and putting new handles on them and finding ways to make sheaths for them. And so I find that the more I talk about knives, the more I think about the knives that I haven't thought about for a while. And there's certainly a lot of knives that I have that are very important to me. The video we made about my swords, I thought people would love that because I really enjoy my swords and just the history of them and all that, but that wasn't one that was of interest to some people. The video on choppers, I love getting out in the yard and chopping down stuff that needs to be chopped down. I like my choppers. I don't know how much anybody else will find that interesting, but I have learned some things from our commenters, and certainly feel a kinship, so to speak, to several of them that comment regularly and seem to understand and think the same way. And so I like hearing the commenters. I enjoy their comments as much as they enjoy my stories about the history of the knives or where I got them or whatever. But more than that, I've learned quite a few things, and I love that somebody mentioned the gravity knives, and I have found out that the gravity knife is on my wish list. Those gravity knives are pretty cool, and some of the knives that people have mentioned, I'm interested in seeing, getting those in my hand and seeing how those work. Just the real interesting ones, and a lot of that came about. I know that my trick knife video, my trick opening knife video, did real well, and I can kind of understand why, because it's a lot of fun. A lot of different ways that knives are kind of trick opening. You can't obviously see how to do it right in front of you, and that's a lot of fun to deal with. I've talked about knives that I found, and I had one particular, a buck knife that I found in the road. That particular knife, it was unlike any I'd ever seen, and I just had never seen it in any kind of listing of buck knives until some commenters told me exactly what it was, the Battling Buck's sheath knife. I really like it, and it was kind of a mystery to me, but sure enough, when somebody told me it was a Battling Buck, I don't know how old, dates back 20 years or more. I was able to find it then and appreciate its history. It's a good knife, and that's the kind of thing that I have enjoyed. I've been surprised actually at the number of subscribers that we have had. As some of you know, I've asked a lot of people to subscribe when we first got started, just talking to my friends and stuff, and people were looking at me funny because they didn't know I did something like this. Not that they didn't know I liked knives, but that I'd started a YouTube channel, and people have subscribed, and it has been a lot of fun to go through that, and I thank everybody who subscribes. That helps us continue to bring content. We've been able to upgrade our camera and our audio, and that's something that's important to us. And we've been able to do that because of subscribers, and hope that it brings better content. We struggle every time we film. Where the best place to film is, where the best shady spot is in the yard, or what we can do with the lighting that we've got, or what the weather's like outside. We're inside today because it's raining, and you might hear that in the background. But I live in a place where too many large trucks drive by my house, which is easily ignored until we're trying to film, and then they seem to come in droves. But fun little project. But it was a fun little project. I live too close to a small airport that causes small aircraft to appear in our audio portion.
He's not even a broadcaster.
Really?
There's no flight path.
We don't mind dogs barking in the background or kids playing, but it's those large trucks going up and down the road. Determine where I want this knife handle to fall.
An 18-wheeler carrying a dump truck.
At least he's not dragging
It's like a joke.
At least he's not dragging a chain. We find good shady spots. We find good lighting. We do what we can. It's important to us to have good quality in the video and the audio, and we've tried several different things to make it work. And people have noticed. Friends especially have commented on the quality of the video and things like that, and we appreciate that. Somebody had asked on one comment a while back, they hope I didn't run out of content, and I think I responded with the fun has just begun. We have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that we're working on. Some new content we think will do really well. It's something that was a lot of fun for us. We've been knife throwing, and we've been doing it with a friend who taught us knife throwing, and some of those videos are posted. We've got more to come, and you'll see those. A lot of fun to make. We got all kinds of angles, all kinds of camera angles going on, and we're working on those, and we got a lot of content that we're looking forward to in the months to come. And so we thank you for this past year. We thank you for subscribing, and we hope you'll continue to watch, like us, and comment, and just let us know. We appreciate all the interaction. We really do. Thank you for the comments. And now I don't have to worry about sound.
No, you don't.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go.
Probably just go ahead and go.